Fred VanVleet means a lot to this team. He means a lot to Ime. Ime, we probably don't see half the things that Fred VanVleet does on the floor that Ime sees. Will you give him that? I mean, Fred,
100%.
He loves what Fred VanVleet brings.
Intangibles are a major reason Fred is back.
Even when Fred VanVleet is shooting terribly, Ime doesn't care.
He's a pro.
It doesn't bother Ime. He doesn't pull him like the other guys he pulls.
Yeah, maybe he should, but. Man, I was so happy when I heard they weren't giving him a 3-year deal, and he got a league value contract of $25 million. And I'll be honest with you, John. Let's see how this goes. I mean, to me, he doesn't strike me as one of these non-self-aware players. He does seem like he's self-aware. I just figured his agent or whoever wouldn't allow him to take, and I didn't know if the Rockets would offer him that. I mean, he looks like a guy who plays body type-wise, who plays pickup ball at a Y.
Yeah. To me, he looks like a guy who just took $25 million a year.
Yes.
Okay, for 2 years.
Very good. That's a great call.
That's what he looks like.
That's a great call.
Yeah. So here we are with Fred VanVleet in the fold, Steven Adams in the fold, Kevin Durant in the fold. Look at this offseason. I mean, I don't know. I know that, Dallas had themselves a night last night. San Antonio had themselves a night last night, right? They're going to be they improved. Well, Texas basketball in Texas is much better since the end of the season. Basketball in Texas is really, really, really good. So, congratulations to. I mean, the Rockets won yesterday, despite the fact that they traded away that pick, and it ended up being Malawak. That was surprising that he landed at number 10. There were a few surprises in the NBA draft last night, but the Rockets. Listen, Fred VanVleet has made a ton of money. He didn't live up to a $40 million contract, but as much as they depend on him, and you saw the difference in the basketball team with and without Fred VanVleet, Fred VanVleet means a lot to this team. He means a lot to Ime. Ime, we probably don't see half the things that Fred VanVleet does on the floor that Ime sees. Will you give him that? I mean, Fred,
100%.
He loves what Fred VanVleet brings.
Intangibles are a major reason Fred is back.
Even when Fred VanVleet is shooting terribly, Ime doesn't care.
He's a pro.
It doesn't bother Ime. He doesn't pull him like the other guys he pulls.
Yeah, maybe he should, but he's a pro. Like, Ime brought him to this team, and Rafael Stone had him on this team, to help make this team, to help turn a young team into a more professional team. It's the reason, and Dylan Brooks came in to make him tougher. And I think it's worked on both fronts. I think Fred did his job over 2 years. Fred did his job. Would you like that back? Yeah, at a reasonable rate, but not at $44 million, or I think that was 42 to 44, which was the option year. And I was like, oh, my God. And then you talk about extensions. And I'm thinking, Steven Adams just got 3. I don't want 3 for Fred VanVleet at however many, not even at $35 million. But instead.
No, and the second one's a player option. He may say, you know what, 25 is not enough. I'm out of here.
It turned into 2 at 25. Yeah. Tremendous contract by the Rockets. I mean, it's actually a fair contract for both sides relative to what Fred brings to the table. Fred is not going to be the best player. He's not the second best. He's not the third best. At best, he's the fourth option. You don't pay the fourth option in a $30 million range. You don't do it. And the Rockets didn't do it. And so I give a ton of credit to Rafael Stone. I just passed along a little note to him yesterday. I didn't hear back, but I just said, well done, because that makes me happy. 2 years, you don't have to play Fred all the time. Ime probably will. But it's not like you're beholden to. There's always more pressure to play a guy making $40 million. It's like a contract that hangs over your head. $25 million is not that. No. And it also gives you, just like with Dylan Brooks, a number that is tradable in the future if you need to, and
I don't-
and helps you get to another contract number. If you're trading young players who are not, making as much money, you need somebody making a little bit more money. So it's a good contract all the way around.
I don't know what Steven Adams' value was. I don't know if it's more than $13 million a year. It may have been. If he went out of the open market, he might have gotten 15, 17, whatever. He might have gotten something more than that because, listen, his numbers with Alpi, and if you've got a young center that you can pair him with, you go, wow, that two-tower thing is tremendous. And look at the numbers that he was putting up, and the Rockets were putting up with him on the floor. But he took $13 million. Fred takes 25. According to reports, Kevin Durant is willing to take less than the 60 max that the Rockets.
But have you seen that from a credible source? I saw that somebody on the internet say that there were reports. I didn't see it from Shams. Did you? And I'm be very happy if it did come from a credible source. Did you see it from a credible source? I did not.
I don't remember where I saw it. No,
I just saw according to reports is all I hear. According to sources.
Yeah.
I didn't
we'll
see
see.
Shams say it.
No. Well, we'll see. I mean, Shams isn't the only guy that covers basketball.
No, but I mean, I didn't see Chris Hayes say it. I didn't see a basketball guy say it. I saw a Twitter guy say it.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, we'll see. When the contract comes up, we'll see what happens next offseason. We'll see whether or not, first of all, the Rockets don't have to. They've got them on the last year of a contract. They don't have to do it. It would open up $50 million right now if they didn't.
Can I tell you what happened with Kevin Durant in the past? Here's this from an article in 2008. It says, for the fourth consecutive year, the Warriors are playing against the Cleveland Cavaliers in the NBA Finals. But this time around, in order to keep their championship team intact, Durant agreed to a nearly $10 million pay cut ahead of the season. So he has done that before.
Well, there you go.
I didn't recall that, but he said he only signed a 2-year contract with the team that pays him $25 million for 17-18. That figure is $1.5 million less than he made the previous year and $9.5 less than he was eligible to receive. So Kevin Durant, to win a championship, has taken a pay cut in the past with the Golden State Warriors, and not just a $2 or $3 million pay cut. He took a much more substantial pay cut.
Yeah. So there you go. I mean, he is okay. He's proven his
and he
altruism.
Said, Kerr says Durant's generous pay cut allowed the team to keep Andre Iguodala and Sean Livingston, which will hopefully lead to Durant and the team winning more titles. So this is it's really an important thing to be under the apron because now you can go out and get a guy like Quentin Grimes, Gary Trent Jr., just two names that we've talked about here on the show that can shoot it. So Kevin Durant has done that in the past. I don't see why he wouldn't do that in the future unless he's like, I've already done this before and we're good enough to do it. And Fred's contract gets us under the apron, which I think it does. So we'll see. But he does have a history of, like, it is in his history. So I am all of a sudden I'm moderately optimistic about that.
Mm-hmm. No. And listen, he's done it before. We'll see if he'll do it again. Neither here nor there. The Rockets' offseason has been great. Even if Kevin Durant doesn't re-sign,